Tonight, we want to hear directly from Gen Z. I'm joined now by Chloe Marks, a 24-year-old small business owner from Missoula, Montana, Mia K. Berry, a 19-year-old college student in Chicago, and Penelope Shinnick, a 22-year-old also from Chicago, who's currently working on a master's in nursing. So happy to have you all here. Penelope, I'm going to start with you. What is your main concern? What is your main fear the minute this news broke?
Hi, Jesse. So I would say, I'm generally against the war in Iran. It seems that conflicts in the Middle East have been ongoing our entire lives as Gen Zers, and they've had very little positive impact. So I would say the major concerns now are, rising taxes and rising gas prices. And that seems to be the things that would directly affect me and millions of Americans nationwide.
Yeah, and by the way, we'll see if that's common with the different generations that I speak to during the course of the week. Mia, you're in a different position. You're 19, you're in college, you're just starting to figure out your future. I was in college, by the way, at the height of the Iraq War. And when you see this escalating, the first question that I thought about when I was going to be speaking to you is, did you have a sense of what the danger was with Iran? When Iraq was happening, it was after 9/11. We got a sense of there was a constant threat, different situation. But did you know what was going on with Iran, the oppressive regime, the threat of nuclear weapons, the government brutal crackdown of their own people during protests? Did you have a sense of what was going on there?
I did have a sense of everything that was going on, and hearing stuff like that, it caused me a lot of anxiety to the point where I deleted social media altogether because it would prevent me from doing my schoolwork. It would make me walk around with a certain type of energy that I did not like. So I logged off social media all the way when I heard about stuff like that.
And just real quick, do you feel differently about it now that you've looked into it a little bit more? Do you feel that there might be good by going forward with this war to potentially end this regime?
No, I don't feel good about any type of war.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Chloe, let me go to you. You're a small business owner, okay? And you've said one of your biggest concerns is the economy. What are you thinking about when it comes to this war? And are you taking any steps to prepare for if there is, an oil shortage or a crisis of some kind? Are you, as a small business owner, what are your biggest concerns, and what are you doing to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, with the way that the economy is, and has been, it's already negatively impacted me in so many ways with both rent and grocery prices, that this is just another negative impact that's occurring on top of everything else. And as a small business owner, and not just that, but someone who also coaches youth sports and works another job just to keep up with the economy, I feel like I'm doing all that I can be doing at this time to try to counteract what's happening with the war in Iran. And so this has been already additionally difficult to everything I'm already dealing with. And I don't know if there's really anything more I can be doing besides working the 3 jobs I'm already doing.
Do you have to look at different supply chains? Are you concerned about cyber attacks, anything like that? Or are you just waiting to see what the news is every day and try to make sense of it?
I feel like I'm doing my best to stay informed by checking out our government websites and looking at national news, or international news as well, because different points of view are important. But it's really hard to stay proactive in something that's constantly developing and you don't really know which direction it's going.
Right. And Mia, over to you. I mean, where are most people, where are you and where are most people your age getting the news about this? Are they talking about it on campus, in person, or is it mostly online, on TikTok, social media?
I would say more so on social media, and if they do talk about it on campus, it's a way of they're scared, they have anxiety, and that they're in fear. That's why I don't really like talking about it, because it's just the way it brings people down. They carry that energy with them everywhere. It puts worry and fear into people everywhere. So mostly on social media and sometimes on campus.
Chloe, do you think your generation is paying attention to what's happening, to the decisions being made around this war? Do you think it's going to motivate Gen Z to vote? I mean, I just talked about the potential, the midterms are coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I personally do. I tend to involve myself in protests against things that I don't believe in and advocacy for the things that I do. And I see a lot of people my age showing up and posting about it on social media and really just trying to advocate what they believe in. And so I do believe that there's a lot more involvement. And with how prominent news is in our social media, I find it quite difficult to not be informed to some extent. And so that kind of forces you to be a little bit more curious. And I think that that's important. And that has definitely involved our generation even more in what's going on.
Penelope, the administration didn't rule out the possibility of a draft. It's a shocking thing to be saying, but I mean, that's what we're talking about. I understand you have a very specific reason you're worried about this.
Yeah, I mean, I have a brother who's, military age, healthy. I would say I'm not super worried about a military draft just because, we're living in the era of AI, automation, and drones. So I feel like hopefully those things will be utilized before we have to resort to physical soldiers.
And Penelope, let me just stay with you for a second. A little bit later on, we're going to do a whole segment on this about whether there's a threat here at home. I mentioned, I lived through 9/11, I lived through the Iraq War. Is your generation concerned about going out? Are they concerned about terrorist attacks? Are they concerned about a level of violence in our everyday society?
I mean, I would say they are concerned because, in our generation, we never lived before there was, this constant security. I never lived in a time where TSA did not exist. So just that alone signals to us that we are constantly, on alert in terms of terrorist threats and, in terms of our national security.
Chloe, I'm going to give you the final word. What do you want people to know about your generation? I mentioned before the memes on social media, the jokes. Is that a cover that there's really a legitimate concern here and your generation, your friends, your family are taking this seriously?
Absolutely. I know that for everyone in their day-to-day life, they have their different ways of coping with what's going on in the world, and humor is just another way. It can be relatable and create community in dark times like this, which is also super important.
Right.
And I think that a really important part of understanding what's going on in this world is that we need to remain informed, that choosing to be uninformed is choosing to accept the threat of possible misinformation and then act as such. And I think that our generation has done a great job of, although maybe coping with humor, understanding the level of importance it is to stay informed and do something about with the information that you have.
Here's the good news. I feel great about the future with all you three. You three are fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. Chloe Marks, Mia K. Berry, and Penelope Shinnick, thank you for giving your perspective on this conflict in the Middle East.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.